So, good evening, everyone, and today I just wanted to talk about a book I recently picked up. It was really boring. It was really difficult to read, except for the introduction. When I got to the second chapter, uh, when I got to the second chapter, I believe it was what was the second chapter? Something about the working man. Let me find it right now. But basically, as you can tell from the title of the video, you probably already know what book I'm talking about, right? The book I'm talking about is Mein Kampf. So it's Hitler's little book, where he basically talks about things. You'd expect it to be an interesting book, you know. When I first picked it up, I thought it was really going to be interesting. I thought I would be glued to it all the time, but it was a freaking boring book, bro. Like, I don't want to read this. Yeah, he wrote about the 5 years of misery in Vienna, and I read past that part. Before social democracy, I was on the fate of the worker. Yes, the fate of the worker. That was it. So I was on the fate of the worker, and very interestingly, I read his writings about the repetitive cycle of the worker, of the ordinary worker, of going unemployed and then getting employed, getting a wage, and then this being especially worse for families because, they have to go starving towards the end of the week. Yeah, I get that. That's your basic. This is 1920s Germany. I'm not surprised, but I don't know what's the crux of his issue. He doesn't really point it out, or rather, I can't identify it in the text because it's just. I don't know why I can't identify in the text. Like, where's he getting with all this? Right? Is he saying that, okay, the rich politicians are stealing all our money? I haven't gotten to the part where he writes about his transformation to an anti-Semite. No, because I honestly found it very boring. And the only part I found interesting was the introduction. The introduction where he talked about how he wanted to go to a gymnasium because those were the liberal arts institutions, and his dad wanted to send him to the other place, the Reichsschule. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's basically the technical institutions. Okay, that part's coherent, right? Yeah, he basically talks about his life, linear storyline in the very beginning, and then he was totally against his dad. His grades were like alternating between inadequacy and adequacy, and he excelled in history and geography. All these little things, right? Yeah, you wouldn't expect these of people to be able to surprise, because they expect this to be a very entertaining book, and the introduction serves that purpose. The introduction is entertaining. The first few pages are entertaining, and when you get to the part where he's in Vienna, you find out he's starved. He was on the street, and then he had to live as a He tried living as a painter. He explored life, but he was really poor during that period. And okay, that part is still manageable. I can get through that part. But then you come to the part on the worker life, right? On the life of a worker, the fate of the worker. Okay, fine. I understand that the life of a worker really sucks. Okay, what I don't understand is the political part. He talks about Austria-Hungary, and how Archduke Fernandez got executed by the very people. I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. I don't think it's the translator's fault, because I read the Wikipedia page and they said that translating Hitler was like, in order to translate Hitler, they were like going mad or something like that, because Hitler had very incoherent writings. I think I'm experiencing that secondhand. Either that or just my language just isn't as just doesn't have a good grasp of it all. The book's just too dense for me to like identify all the good points. But I listened to it while listening to classical music, and I still can't get it. So usually when I do that, I'm in a flow state, and I enjoy the book very much. But Mein Kampf is an exception, right? I don't know why I can't get through density. So for reference, this is the copy I'm reading, right? Ralph Manheim. Don't know if you've heard of him, but yes, this is a boring book. If you're interested, you should get it. I think it serves a greater purpose as a historical piece. Or maybe you can read his chapter on the anti-Semite part. Maybe that part's more interesting. I don't know. Right, but I promise you the introduction is entertaining. The rest of it, though, not so much. It feels really unstructured. I'm not just saying this because I read the Wikipedia page, but I did read the Wikipedia page, and it did say that it was highly instructed. But I do have first-hand experience, even though I only read one chapter, and I already get that experience, except from the introduction, like I already said. Yeah, good night, guys. It's 11:30 right now. I have school tomorrow, and I guess I'm just gonna go bed now. Kempf was a waste of time, except for the introduction.